What's the most supernatural thing that's ever happened to you?
Man.
It can be a ghost story or a ghost story. I couldn't think of anything.
Only a ghost story.
It can't be anything good because the supernatural is all bad. The most recent example of something like that would be Laura sent me a picture of a cardinal, and she told me that when we were saying goodbye to Rex, right before we put him down, she asked Rex to come back to us as a cardinal, and she saw a cardinal in our yard. So I'm assuming that was our fat arthritic dog up in a tree because he's finally flying now. So that's the closest thing I can give you. I don't have like real ghost stories. I'm not a big believer in ghosts.
I'm not really either, but I feel like there's some where I'm like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, we had a ghost named Mabel at my last house.
Why does that not shock me that you had a
You
ghost
named
at your
it.
house?
Was like, yeah, I looked it up and then if you have the ghost, it's like you might as well name it. And because I don't have sage, so I can't get rid of it.
How do you not have sage?
Yeah, seriously, what the heck?
I'm worried that they'll find out.
Oh my God, that the ghosts will find out that you have sage.
No, that the witchcraft people,
the witchcraft people.
The witch hunters?
Yes.
She doesn't want to be burned at the stake.
That's the thing. I'm trying to keep a low profile.
No, my mom burns sage all the time. She literally, like, if you get a new house, she will bring sage to your house so she can sage it for you.
Well, we saged the house that we had Mabel in. And so, like, Mabel would cause, like, consistent electrical, like, light problems in the house. And what was happening, like, around certain times and, like, if something was happening or we were talking about a certain something.
Appliances.
Mabel would, like, flicker the lights in the kitchen. And there was, like, it would always happen around, like, certain times. And we just loved Mabel, but then we moved, and we didn't have any more light problems.
Sometimes I watch that show, A Haunting, when that family like moves into a new house and it is haunted, and I think to myself, like, what would you even do? You just spent all this money to buy this house. Now you have to sell it, and people are going to ask why you're leaving. And what do you just lie?
Like, good luck with Mabel.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with this demon that lives in our house.
We had our old house, Jake and I lived in, the lady who owned it before died in it.
Ew. Gross,
we think.
Kayla.
We think.
Well,
we think. We're pretty confident. But this is the only time I've had one where I was like, okay, this is like weird. Because it was Halloween, which has been said to be the time when spirits can cross over. We were watching a scary movie. It was Midsummer.
Oh, God, I hate that movie.
Yeah, it's scary. Well, I don't like it anyways. I'm not a big scary movie person. But we went to, like, turn the TV or to click play on this movie. Like, we paused it so we could get some snacks or something.
Nice.
We had to click play on this movie. And the fan in the next room over started going full blast. Like, literally, like, no one touching it. It was fully off. I was like, oh, it was just the remote, like, getting the same channel or something as the... I tried it probably over 100 times again to start the fan, and it never did. And that same day, our light in our back staircase just randomly shut off when I was in the room. And it's never done that before, and it never did it again.
What was the lady's name?
It was Sue. We think she got eaten by her cats.
Okay, then they say, like, if you read about ghosts and stuff, they will say that, like, if you think there's spirits around, they mess with the electrical stuff.
Uh-huh. And that was, like, and it was on, both of those things were on the same day on Halloween.
But then they're probably not bad ghosts.
No, because they didn't really do anything else.
Right. Like, you can just live with good ghosts.
We also, like, restored her house. Like, there was cat pee everywhere because we think she died, and then the cats went crazy because she had, like, 7 of them. And then
she's serious about this.
What? The
She
ghost?
thinks the lady died and her cats ate her.
No, she literally did.
It's not a far...
I'm not
If she lived alone and didn't have any family that would randomly stop by, that's not a far-fetched
I never
assumption.
thought cats would be human eaters.
No, my friend is a crime scene investigator. Do you know how many old people get eaten by their pets?
Oh, God.
Because they don't have people that come visit them. She had a person where the dog ate his face.
Wait, we probably need to put... probably need to put a disclaimer.
Gordy?
a disclaimer on this episode.
Why?
Because we're talking about creepy things.
Our listeners are going to have to
They're
be
gonna
scared
barf.
of their dogs eating them.
Well, they wouldn't
Wow.
be scared because they'd be dead. They don't just eat them like when they're asleep.
No, but from now up until they die, they're going to be scared that once they die, their dog would
I
eat
don't
them.
think Gordy's going to eat my face.
If he was hungry enough, he for sure would.
He's not hungry, though. Gordy doesn't eat. Gordy
Maybe he
eats
wouldn't
one
then.
meal a day. Gordy's fasting.
Gordy's
He's intermittent fasting.
He's trying to shed that winter fluff, or
Yeah.
that winter plush.
Yeah.
shed that
Spring break
winter-
is in like
Shed
6
the-
weeks.
Shed
trying
the
to get
plush,
bikini
dude.
body
Yeah,
ready.
bikini buddy ready.
There's no way around. On top of the mount, I'm queen of the mountain. My cup running over. I already told ya, I'm moving fast. You live in the past.
I feel like a deep breath. I need a deep breath to just kind of regroup after that
Oh, I was going to bring
really
up...
cold open.
I was going to bring up ghosts.
Really cold.
Ghosts again,
Emphasis
but,
on the cold.
the freezing open.
the freezing
frigid
open. You
open.
mentioned Midsummer.
Yeah.
Terrible movie. Nobody should
people
see that
love
movie.
that movie.
I hated that movie.
It was so like I like scary if there's like a purpose to it, but that
Okay.
one like it was so gross. Like ugh.
It was
It
icky.
made me feel like my stuff like it made me queasy.
I felt nauseous
Ugh.
after watching that movie.
Yeah. Ugh. I didn't like it.
I was also going to bring up ghost hunting TV shows. You guys ever watch those?
Obviously.
Okay. Because there was a show that one of my old college roommates loved, and I always thought it was so funny.
What was it called?
I don't remember. The dude, like the main guy, would walk around in Ed Hardy jeans and a super tight T-shirt and like talk trash to the ghosts, like, "We know you're here." Like, why?
And then they
Why
have
would
all
you
those,
do
like,
this?
weird tech equipment that like. So I went to high school with this guy who did it on it's like the Discovery Channel or something. He did one of those type of shows.
What?
And like he was in my grade, and all of the people on it went to my school. Like one of them was his sister. Two of them were in the grade above me, and
Okay.
I thought it was really interesting just because I knew them. But that one, it was called like Destination Fear. And it was-
Oh, okay. I don't know if it was that one. I think
no,
might
it
have been-
wasn't because that was a more recent one.
I think it might have been Ghost Hunters.
That's the reason I brought that up is because they like collab with them all the time.
Okay.
And they're so cheesy, but they're like kind of fun. But
Well, it's easy to watch them for like
Yes.
8 straight
Yeah.
hours because they're like a Law and Order. It's very serialized.
Yeah.
And there's a comforting rhythm to them.
and they
Like,
give you that little fun, like creepy feel.
and they start every
Yeah.
episode with a TMZ type shot where they're all sitting in their office with a bunch of computers. They're like, "Where we go today, gang?" Yeah,
Those
we're
are
gonna
never
do it."
scary though.
In
Like they never
Destination-
actually prove there's ghosts.
No.
They're like, oh my god, the needle's flickering. You're like, that's not. a
That's-
ghost.
You doing it?
MTV
Yeah.
had a show called Fear that I really liked, but there was nothing scary about it at all.
No, it like gives you it's like a comfort.
Literally, the
show.
scariest show I ever watched in my life was Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah.
And they would start talking about like a ship they found
Yeah.
in like
yeah, that is
Iceland, and like that was the stuff that ultimately like I lost sleep over when I was little.
Shipwrecks creep me out a little bit. I saw a documentary about the Titanic when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Creepy. Yeah.
Oof. That was kind of tough because the ocean is scary.
The ocean is freaking scary.
It's so cold.
It's so scary.
a beast.
I get so scared when even though watching the people try to find like the Titanic stuff, it's like scares me.
It freaks me out just because
Why are there no sports teams named the Oceans?
The ocean.
There is actually in
Ooh.
the QMJHL Rimouski Oceanic.
Okay.
Oh. What about the torrent?
The torrent.
The
The
torrent.
torment.
What about the torment?
That's not even an ocean. It's literally a creek.
Just
I
like
still think of
Smaller than an ocean.
I still think of torrent
Less
as in
scary.
BitTorrent.
well, yeah,
or
duh,
something with
like
computers.
pirating.
I think of
It
like
is
I thought it was like
the
a
same
wave.
word.
A wave
Produced
is it
from a
again?
flowing stream.
It's like stream. Yeah.
produced from a flowing
I always
stream.
think of a wave, even though it's not.
not to like belabor the name torment.
That was a good segue into women's hockey, though. Welcome back to the women's
yes.
hockey pod. Whoa ho po.
Episode 1
Should
million.
we keep all of this very creepy and ominous? just to fit.
Well, it's
with
like,
her.
I mean, it's not even
Yes.
Halloween. We haven't even talked a minute about like our Valentine's Day dates. And here we are literally talking about ghosts for the first 12 minutes.
Well, okay. Joss, I think you might have the most interesting Valentine's
It's the
Day
same as
coming.
last year. Hockey is my Valentine.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there it goes. I don't have
I had
anything
no plans.
interesting
Listen to this. I
contribute
had
here.
no plans. And then I found out that Minnesota and Ohio State were rematching. And if you recall, the last time they played, it ended in like nearly a 22-on-22, including coaches brawl.
They play on
They play this
February
weekend.
14th.
So I was pretty excited that I had no plans but to watch that budding rivalry and presumably some Olympics. But then the green team, we were supposed to play them last Saturday, but they wanted to lose to Alex that day instead, so they canceled on us. They canceled our district game to go to Alex and get that first loss.
Yeah.
And then rescheduled it for the 14th. So now I have a date with the green team.
How do you feel about that?
There's nothing I'd rather do.
See, I believe that about you, though.
I made
Like, I think you would
chocolate-covered strawberries.
You would so much rather be at a hockey game than at some restaurant with candles.
I made chocolate-covered strawberries. I bought a bag of peanut M&Ms and peanut butter, Valentine's colors, and like I couldn't be more ready.
Dude, peanut butter M&Ms. I love peanut butter M&Ms. Everybody in this office seems to like peanut M&Ms. Not a fan. Peanut butter M&Ms. I'm here for it.
Well,
Aren't peanut butter or peanut M&Ms Laura's favorite candy?
Yeah.
and
So
Tony and Tony.
and Tony's.
Tony's.
That reminds me, I should pick up some peanut M&Ms for Valentine's Day. I don't think we have any plans.
If you go to Cub, they have Valentine's colors.
Of peanut M&Ms?
Wait, really?
Wow.
Damn, because she was all about Christmas-colored peanut M&Ms.
Well, I bought some and they're so fresh. They're like, you know,
So
they just came
fresh.
off that line. Like, those are the freshest peanut M&Ms I've had in a minute. They're so good.
The fresh peanut M&Ms as opposed to the not.
The ones that have been
Fresh
sitting on the
peanut
shelf,
M&Ms.
not purchased by me yet.
Kayla, what are you and Jake doing for Valentine's Day?
I don't think we ever do anything for Valentine's. We're not really that
Wait, do you give
exciting of a
gifts?
people.
You guys don't do gifts? Okay.
No.
One time I made-
If anything, it's like a card.
I had no money in
Hey.
college, but I was dating this guy and I wanted to do something nice for Valentine's Day, so I made a spitball dartboard because I had no money.
I
What?
love that.
And so then there were like various activities and stuff on the dartboard, and so then the guy just had to spitball to the dartboard, and whatever he hit, like that was the activities we were going to be doing.
Hey,
Interesting.
That's
Okay. It's kind of creative.
very cute.
It was a heart. It had construction paper, like very artsy and crafty.
That
That's
is
why I
cute.
always say when people say they don't have money and they can get you a gift, I'm like, that's just a cop out. You can make so much stuff for free.
Spitball dartboard.
Why are you throwing so much shade at me?
Was I-
Wait, you're getting the M&Ms.
yeah, come on.
Well, I'm getting M&Ms. I'm not getting anything big.
Well, you don't have to get people something big for Valentine's.
The M&Ms are enough.
Yeah. The last time we did like a big date, I had won my fantasy league. So I got 250
Mama got a new
bucks.
necklace.
No, we went to dinner and we ordered literally everything we possibly could to spend all of that money.
One
And,
of every on the menu.
like I wore a suit and Laura put in contact lenses, which was a big deal when we were first dating. And there's a picture of us at the start of the night and we look really good. And then there's a picture of us at the end of the night. And we're at home and I'm holding a Diet Mountain Dew and a package of Pop-Tarts. We have 2 dogs on top of us and Laura is holding like an iced tea or something. So we went from all class to 0 class very quickly.
Happens
that
every
night.
time we try to do that.
Every time we dress up.
That's why they don't let us have nice things.
You know what? That's true.
Except for
lost it.
except for 3 huge wins in Milan.
I was going to say, I just lost my complete train of thought. Get me back on track, Joss.
Well, we're here to talk about women's hockey.
Okay, you're okay. I'm here.
But
I'm
nobody
here.
wants to talk about it.
I'm here. I've been catching up with the Olympic stuff.
Okay, have you been? There's
Team
a game
USA
yesterday.
kicking butt, dude.
Yeah, USA played yesterday. That was their 3rd game of the tournament in their prelim rounds. And they're 3-0. I thought they got a little bit of a slower start in yesterday's game. It was like 1-0 for the first like period and a half or something, and then they ended up winning 5-1 handily. But I just pulled a few things from the couple games I've seen. Like, how good is Megan Keller?
Pretty freaking good, dude.
watching so much NCAA and PWHL hockey, like I don't always get to hone in on some players that are like playing for other teams and stuff like that aren't Minnesotans. But she just dominated that first 2 games for the United States. She was a little bit more quiet in their third game yesterday, leaving room for players like Harvey and Dunn to have big nights. But she is one of my favorite players to watch on that entire Team USA.
Go ahead.
Well, she's got a goal and 3 assists in 3 games. She's +3. Like I said, she's a little quieter last night, so those stats were in the first 2 games. But she does lead the PWHL or second in the PWHL in time on ice per game. She's got 11 points in the PWHL in 14 games with the Fleet. So, like this just is a great platform for her. She's on the blue line, and she's like just so confident with the puck. She can take up so much space on the ice and move so well, like laterally, that she just creates so much offense. And she's a defender, so it was just so fun to watch her just dominate the first 2 games for Team USA.
If the ice were the solar system, she would be the sun. Everything kind of revolves around her.
It's wild. She's so good.
She's not even the leading scorer on the team, though.
Well, she's not, and this currently, but she is the all-time points leader for Boston College, where she played in the NCAA.
Okay.
And again, she's one of the top in the league for the PWHL right now for points. She was one of the original signees for Boston in their 2023 season. So her contract will come up this year, and we'll see kind of what's her value moving into the next PW season. But no, as a defender, you might not necessarily expect to see her leading in points, but she's certainly one of the top 5 for Team USA as a defender.
She's 2 points off the lead for the entire
and these teams
tournament.
have only played 2 or 3 games, so we're not talking huge points here. Most women are between 3 and 6 points is keeping you tied for the lead. Another player I've been really impressed with. Alex Carpenter. She's playing center. She's one of the 4 centers for Team USA. Her face-off numbers, consistent for the last 10 years of her career, are unbelievable. So in 3 games, she's got a 78.33% face-off percentage. After 2 games, she was at 78.95. I don't think she can lose a face-off, and if she does, it's probably a draw that they're giving her a loss on. She leads the PWHL with 324 face-offs, 3rd in percentage, but one of the few that have hundreds of face-offs versus some of these higher percentage players who are maybe catching 5-10 face-offs throughout the season on power play or whatever the case is. So just consistently leads every league she plays in by 10% face-offs, and how crucial is that for a team?
Well, and if you factor this in, 3 out of the top 5 face-off takers in the Olympics are Americans.
Yes.
Because just behind Alex Carpenter, you've got Blair Turnbull from Canada, Lena Youngblom from Sweden, and then Tessa Janicki and Kelly Panic. So 3 out of the 5 are Americans. That's a huge advantage.
It's such a huge advantage. I think that's one of the little things that some of these kids maybe don't necessarily understand how much that can influence the momentum in your game. Is getting that face-off, a clean face-off win, and maybe an opportunity, or at least opening up some space off the face-off. But Alex Carpenter gets it. So super fun. She was leading the U.S. in points up until yesterday. I didn't double-check, but I know between Carpenter, Keller, and Knight, and then Dunn and Harvey both had huge games yesterday. Between the 5 of them, they lead the team in points and somewhere in that 4, 5, 6 range each. So, and they play again in 2 hours here versus Canada.
Well, I was just going to say, hopefully they get a little competition. They've outscored their opponents 15-1 so far. I hope that Canada provides a little bit of entertainment here.
Well, have you heard?
No.
MPP's out.
No.
MPP
no.
left yesterday's game with a lower body injury after a hit by Koltenkova. She came in briefly, almost a half a shift, and then left again. And Team Canada announced this morning that she would be out today and day by day after that.
No.
That sucks.
It sucks.
She's literally like, I don't care. I'm rooting for the U.S., but she's like my favorite person to watch.
So, it was a hit that drew a penalty on Koltenkova. And really unfortunate for
that breaks
MPP.
my heart, dude.
And there's no more information on it. As a matter of fact, I searched high and low. I was late today because I was busy looking for the video of the
It doesn't
hit.
even come up on the news on Google.
That's what I was going to tell you. It was washed from the internet within 10 minutes of Canada
what the
announcing that she wasn't going to play. I went
watch
searching for the hit, and you cannot find it. The game's not on replay. There's not a single clip on Twitter.
It doesn't even come
Nothing.
up anywhere.
There was one video I thought I caught, and I hit it, and it immediately was like the white screen of death, like
What
video
the
removed.
heck?
So there's something fishy about that, but their secret clutch weapon is out. So today's game will be interesting.
Yeah, that is.
Canada's not playing with MPP, although Fillier and Gosling have really stepped into leadership roles from a production standpoint for Canada so far, who is also 2-0 due to their first game being rescheduled. And they'll have to play Finland,
Who is
arguably the third place team in the tournament.
as long as they're not struck by the neurovirus.
Well, they had been. That's why their first game was postponed. So now Canada gets 1 or 2 fewer rest days. I believe they have to play Finland on the 12th now.
Okay.
Prelims were supposed to wrap up today, and they were supposed to have like 3 to 4 days of rest before semifinals. Now Canada will play Finland on the 12th.
I'm seeing what you mean on Twitter.
It's
This
unreal. I've never seen anything
It's
like it.
This is
like
bullshit.
video
I've
is not
never
available.
seen Canadian propaganda at its finest until now.
Video's not available in your country.
Yeah,
what do you mean
that's-
it's not available in my country?
What the heck?
So the video of the Czechia
their
player
star player.
apologizing.
Well, and
is
that was to
on the
Fillier,
internet.
not to MPP.
This is dumb.
That's so weird.
So that's why
Show
I was
us,
I mean,
you
honestly, that's
cowards.
why I was late, you guys. Honestly, I was looking for that video.
That's what it was.
That is so weird. And like why? I just don't get it. Like why would that not be there? Also, people are really mad about it on Twitter.
I wonder if it's to protect Czechia's life.
Maybe.
What?
Well, I don't know. I
No,
mean,
come on.
the hit got a drew a penalty. I mean, it was an infraction.
Okay.
The hit that injured her.
I would like to see the video of the hits that I could make
I
my
know.
Well,
own.
that's the thing. You
Oh.
can't even go back and rewatch the game. You can't go.
What?
I
Like,
wonder
you
what.
can't watch the like. Could I find a full stream of the Canada Czech game? What the heck?
You guys, like, it's wild.
Okay, I got it.
Yes. Yeah, watch you try to send it. The whole place might blow.
Oh, is it the one where she gets decked along the boards?
I didn't see it. That's what I wanted to see.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
'cause of
you
this-
actually saw it.
Ambiguous lower body injury or whatever.
Oh, I don't know if it's a. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. She got 6 skates on.
Oh, mine doesn't allow it. Even though the one I found on a separate website says it doesn't allow it to be played.
Oh, I'm watching
We
it
should
on
look further
Reddit
into
right
this.
now.
On
Wait,
Reddit.
can you, like, send it
That's
to
a
me?
good workaround.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screen record it before it goes blank.
Dude, I don't even think that's. I
Uh,
don't even think it's that bad. We'll fill this awkward silence with something. We'll fill
I'll
it
just
with
play
like
the doo-doo.
Yeah.
dancing Elmo or something.
We'll fill it with Maisie racing and the baby race.
Yes.
Should we, just,
Elmo.
we need puppets.
That's pretty good.
I've been lobbying for puppets for so long.
You know, I really want to learn how to make puppets, so I think I probably should, just for you.
100%.
Okay, so anyways,
Okay, so I still want to see this hit, but
we'll find it.
I didn't think it was
Kristina
that bad.
Koltenkova was the #1 draft pick last season for the PWHL.
Okay.
She's had a successful season so far this season in the PW, but
Yeah.
not well known. She's known for being an obnoxious player on the ice, like just like she's, but I don't think she's known for being a dirty player on the ice. So
There is a
certainly-
difference too between
Yeah.
being obnoxious and
yeah.
being dirty.
So I don't. I imagine she.
So in Czech, does the OVA in their names mean something? Because literally, I've been noticing like not every single, like 50% of Czech hockey players ends in OVA. Shishova and both of our Tetralova, Koltenkova
I think it's just like the SON.
could be.
In Eastern European, this is the AI overview. AI overview, gross. but that's the only thing I can find. According to Google, in Eastern European Slavic language, and specifically Czech, Slovak, and Russian cultures, the ova suffix is used to feminize last names, indicating that a woman belongs to her father or her husband's
it's like saying,
family.
You're right, though, because that's why they made the son, because it's like, well, that's not feminized.
That's the guy who does the shoes, son.
Interesting.
That's so weird, but it's like the daughter version.
That is interesting, though, because it's offering these examples, transforming the male surname ending in OV, like Novak to Novakova, or Karpov to Karpova.
Maria Sharapova has a father named Yuri Sharapov. So they just
all
that just seems confusing.
Apparently.
That seems...
They have different last names than their...
I cannot believe how much our listeners are learning today.
Jossie Cooksanova.
Cooksanova.
No, you take off the son, Cooksova.
Yeah, it would be. But it's based off your father's name.
Which was Cookson. But
then you'd be Cooksanova.
But then my dad would have still been Cook.
Yeah,
he never would have been the Cook's son.
Cookova.
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 Mine would
that's
be
like a sick hockey name.
Franzova.
Franzova.
Jossie
Mine
Cookova.
would stay the same.
Yours would not be Odniova.
No, because I'm a man.
Because I'm a man. I don't need an ova.
PWHL still on its break.
Can we do the music again? We cut to music. Okay. I pulled a line chart. Thought this was interesting. I thought these girls got more ice time. Doesn't seem like they get a lot of ice time. Like the most ice time on the team in the USA-Finland game was Caroline Harvey at 25 minutes. You're obviously usually going to see D with probably more ice time. I don't think they get their heart rates up as high for as long on their shifts. And there might be like fewer in the rotation than forwards. But it looks like the average forwards, like time on ice, is ranging from 11 to 17 minutes.
I think that'll change, though, as we get out of the preliminary round and we move into the knockout stage. I think certain players will start ending up with more playing time. I think right now the U.S. has been super fortunate with how the games have shaken out, where they can play everybody a fairly equal amount of time.
I was going to say, they're well known that they're using the depth of their bench.
Yeah.
Also, though, I think they're known not to shorten their bench too much. So even as they get into some of these bigger games and we compare some time on ice, for example, Finland is likely going to win the bronze medal.
Yeah.
That might be their biggest competition of the tournament, and this is how they're this is their line, this is their time on ice in that game. But again, I'd be interested in comparing something like this to presumably USA-Canada gold medal game, possibly a different setup, but and seeing if they do end up shortening their bench. Night by night, you just don't know which line might produce, but they're getting production from multiple lines. So, although the leaders in the tournament, there's like 3 or 4 leaders in the tournament, all from Sweden.
Oh, I was just going to let that hang in the air. I don't have anything else to add.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have anything else?
I could talk all day about women's hockey.
I'm sorry, Kayla. You might have to do a little surgery on this episode. I don't have anything else.
Wait a minute.
Shut down.
Wait a minute. I'm curious if you'd heard how the ski jumpers were trying to gain a few feet.
Oh, my God. Do you want to elaborate?
I better not. Normally, when nobody wants to talk about women's hockey, I bring Olivia King in and just have her talk. But we got super lucky today. To our listener, today is your special day because Brianna Decker is here with us to talk about women's hockey today. Brianna, I think you might be the most decorated female U.S. hockey player in history. Do you have any evidence to support that or dispute that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's such a hard question for me. But, I don't know. Like, I feel like I was a part of a lot of great teams and had a lot of great teammates around me. So I feel like my accolades probably are set to that standard of being one of the most decorated players that have retired, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, there's some players
that got players like Niter and stuff who are still playing. So, but yeah, I think being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame this last fall was probably helped me on that decorative list quite a bit.
Well, I think your quote at that at the Hockey Hall of Fame was that you never played for any of the accolades, but like I said, to help our listener understand a little bit more about you, you played for Team USA. You've been to the Olympics 3 times. You are the current coach for the Minnesota Frost. You've played and coached at the U18 women's world level and the women's world level and U18 women's world level. You're a former Badger, Patty Kazmaier winner, national championship award winner, Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, a U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, and you've played for the CWHL, NWHL, where you're a 2-time MVP and Isabel Cup winner, the PWHPA as well. I think that is sick. And you retired from your playing career in 2023. Yeah. So to help some of our listeners understand, I think I introduced you to Tony today as the most decorated female hockey player that he's ever had in this office, and we are so lucky to have you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I'm lucky as a Badger alumni that our paths have crossed, and that here during the 2026 Olympics that you would make a priority to come on the women's hockey pod and talk to us a little bit about women's hockey, USA hockey, Frost hockey, et cetera. So watching the Olympics, have you gotten a chance to see some of the games?
Yeah, and that was like a thing that I was like a little worried about. Like, you don't know how you're gonna feel when you're watching. Like, this is my first Olympics out. Since I obviously got hurt the last one, but like I was watching the opening ceremonies and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't watched an opening ceremonies from like a TV back home like since 2010, which is insane. But I was like, okay, it's been a while, but I will say, like, watching the opening ceremonies was like a little hard for me. Like, I got a little emotional watching it because like that is such a special moment. Like when I was there and with not just your teammates but the other U.S. athletes, it's just like a really, really cool experience. Obviously, like that falls right behind winning a gold medal at the Olympics. But I have been able to watch some of the games. Obviously cheering for the U.S. and like they're incredibly talented, young but super talented, and they just have that veteran leadership that I think that will obviously carry them through the like the quarterfinals and semifinals and finals.
Yeah, I think the projections are that Team USA has it in the bag after a strong preseason exhibition play against Canada. But what I think is super fun is how many Badgers are ruling the roost. So from current Badgers to Badger alum, as long ago as players that you played with, there's 14 Badgers representing 3 different teams in the Olympics. I think that is so sweet. Why don't you shed some light on I think you've played with at least 3 girls that are playing currently in the Olympics.
Yeah.
One is Hillary Knight, who this is her 5th Olympics, and would you still be playing if you hadn't injured your knee? So yeah, just shed some light on some of these Badgers that are just ruling the roost. Like I said, they're scoring the most in the United States. They're scoring the most on the Canadian team. They're just dominating.
Yeah, I think that attests to like the program that Wisconsin is and still like is and was like when I was playing for them. Obviously Niter going on she's at her 5th Olympics, like that's incredible. And obviously I had a chance to play with her on the same line like a bunch, a little bit at Wisconsin, but mostly on the U.S. team. And then I just look at some of the like younger Badgers that are there right now, like Layla Edwards. I mean, they're not young at Wisconsin, but they're young for the U.S. team. And obviously KK Harvey, like she's been dominating. I absolutely love watching her play.
She is
like,
so unbelievable. She's just, the world's going crazy over her right now.
She's so fun to watch. So, when I watch these games, though, I'm proud of some of those younger players. I had an opportunity to coach a lot of the younger players on the U.S. team at U18s. And so that's been like a great feeling to have. Like I feel like like I'm an old proud coach, I guess. But at the same time with the other Badgers, I mean, obviously I still follow Blair Turnbull's career. Obviously playing, coaching against her now in the PETA, but also she always said that she looked up to me when I was playing at Wisconsin with her, and I think her game has just come a long way. And I love watching her compete out there. Talk about a person who gives 110% every game. That's her, and so she just leads by example for Team Canada. So. It's been fun to be able to follow those guys. Yeah,
that makes it especially fun. And tell me a little bit about how you feel about Canada's approach. They're going all PW players. They didn't want any NCAA players, and how you think that's going to affect them or their choices. Like, again, vets versus newbies, and that's not the same as PW versus NCAA per se, vets versus newbies, but maybe you can shed some light on that too.
Yeah, I think, I will say that the one thing that, just being at the Olympics, experience helps a ton. I look at my first Olympics in 2014. I was young. I was right out of college at that point, but I was like, it was nerve-wracking. And those nerves will hit at some point. They'll hit the U.S. team, more than Canada, but Canada's still got some first-time Olympians on the team too. And so really, does age matter necessarily? I wouldn't say, but I would say experience does matter. And, Canada maybe favors in that a little bit more. However, I think sometimes, like, when you're young, you don't even realize how big the moment is. And I always say Maddie Rooney was that for us in 2018. It's like the moment didn't, consume her because she was just, out there having fun, being a youth hockey player, playing hockey.
Yeah.
And, she was our young goaltender who won for us. And, I think that's a little bit, I get the vibe from the U.S. team has a little bit of that.
The weight of the world hasn't hit them yet.
Hasn't hit them yet.
Yep.
And so, I think also U.S. has lost the last Olympics, so it's I feel like they're ready to get back on top of that podium. And then, but, like I said, with the experience and some of the veteran players, that might help Canada in the long run.
I actually was going to ask you, who is more clutch, you or MPP? You had 12 game-winning goals in Wisconsin's national championship winning season in 2012 that you played for. Sorry, that was a 2011 season.
Yeah.
But who's out with an injury? So that I've been talking about that for a few weeks on the Wohopo. MPP could be the big difference maker for them, as you talk about having that experience, and if she can score that first goal in the championship game against the United States, how much that could shift the momentum into ultimately a gold medal for Canada. But talk to me a little bit about, has that also brought up some feelings with her out with a knee injury right now, and how that pertains to you and your career?
Yeah, I think you don't want to see a player go down like that. It's no different than Lindsey Vonn, hitting a crash right away. It's you don't want that for any athlete go to the Olympics. I remember coming back on the flight from Beijing in 2022, and it was I was flying first class, so that was kind of sweet. And everything. It was so great. I wrote it on the way there, but on the way back, I definitely had a seat because I had a broken foot.
Yeah.
But there was probably 6 other athletes who were flying back in first class with me who had broken legs, had injuries.
You guys are just the medic home
from the Olympics. It's 3 of us are getting on with wheelchairs, and we're I have my little knee stroller. But anyways, that's a side story. But I was just you don't want to see that at the Olympics for anybody. You train so hard for that. So, I hope that, Pooh will be back for that final game or, the rest of the tournament, I should say, because, we don't want to look too far ahead. But I hope she is, just because you want to play the best and you want to be, you want the best to be playing.
Yep.
And so I hope that for her. But, yeah, it brought me back a little bit. I was like, oh, man, you don't want to see that. But, yeah, I think from a clutch standpoint, Marie Philippine is obviously Captain Clutch. She's got me beat and every other women's hockey player on that. So
now you played against her in college, didn't you?
Yes, we did our championship final in 2011.
Okay,
yeah.
So you guys have had a fun rivalry, and I guess in my mind, if you hadn't injured and retired, you'd still be playing. But it seems like you've made such big contributions to Team USA as a player and as a coach that it's you can kind of feel some of this season either way, just kind of selfishly. But another person I wanted to ask you about was Mira. You replaced Mira on the Frost bench. You played against Mira as well?
Yeah, I played against Mira in college. Yep. Well, and with Team USA, Team Finland stuff.
Yes,
so,
yeah. And then I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. We'll transition a little bit to your move from the Shattuck bench to the Frost bench this last season. And Mira took the head coach job at St. Cloud State, and you're the best pick to ever be chosen. But I wanted to ask you what has Mira been able to leave on that bench that you've been able to continue to develop, and what have you brought brand new to the bench that since you started this year?
Yeah, I think obviously the decor changed a lot from when Mira was coaching last year. We lost a lot of players to the expansion, and so I think there's some of those players who maybe didn't see as much ice time last year with Mira are seeing more ice time, are having to see more ice time this year. And so for me, it's how can I give those players confidence that maybe they didn't have that as much last year just because they had other players playing over them. And so Mira, I will say, had left a lot of knowledge with these players. I think she's a very smart defenseman and played the game really well. And so she shared that with those players. And then obviously Ken was a defenseman himself, and so he sheds that light on that. I think for me, it's how can I connect with these players so that, yeah, maybe they might not be some of the skill that we might have had lost, but they have that confidence to become that player just because they're confident in themselves. And so I'm trying to do that with some of the decor back there because we need that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it has shown, you know, it took maybe like 5 to 6 games for me to figure out these personalities and figure out who, you know, does well with what feedback and how can I give feedback in the right way. And then once I got that under control, then I was like, okay, now I'm seeing better play by a lot of them. And so that's kind of been my goal the first half of the season. And then the second half, you know, it's like, how can I push them out of their comfort zones a little bit more just to challenge them in a correct way to keep helping them grow.
So we can see more and more, and then we can be above Boston in no time flat.
Yes, please. Yes.
Although the rumor is that the like the P-Dub wants for more imaging, less purple carrying the Isabel Cup. So like it might already be pre-written. We think we're worried. We're conspiracy theorists here at the WoHoPo.
I hope not. We need to get it again. So
yeah. So we joke that nobody wants to talk about women's hockey on this podcast because it's such a like lie. It almost makes it funny to say because lately it just feels like women's hockey is like dominating, social media dominating. I mean, you're seeing it on Spit and Chicklets. You're seeing it on primarily like men's hockey dominated media sites and things like that. What's your experience in your career of like kind of the shift from like making fun of women's hockey to like, oh my God, this Abby Murphy can make assists that make your head spin?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were such an afterthought for a long time, you know? But I think, like, if you take the time, I mean, I've said this for years. If you take the time to actually watch a game, like, you're going to be like, holy shit, like, they're great. There's a lot of skill. They can move the puck. They can skate. You know, there's still going to be, like, that judgment that people are going to have. But at the same time, like, that's, like, the one thing I'm watching the Olympics, and I'm like, gosh, there's so many, like, great plays, great puck movement, great skating. Like, it's entertaining. Where I mean, I can fully admit when I was younger, I was like watching, I was like, okay, it's like I grew up with 3 brothers. It's just different, you know? But I have so much respect for the game now that I'm kind of out of it and watching and coaching it. And so, you know, I just encourage people to at least, you know, I always say give it a chance, give it a game. Like,
give it a game.
Give it a game. I mean, it's entertaining. And okay, the one thing I will say about the PWHL that which obviously has been a huge difference from Shattuck, is that every game is tight.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we'll have the occasional, and
with a 4-goal differential is like massive.
Yes, massive. But like, I'm like, that is the one thing that's so fun about coaching in this league, is that it's like every game matters.
Yeah.
It matters for the standings, but it also, like, you got to be ready because, like, it's 1-goal games, it's overtime games, it's shootout games, and, like, that's what's so fun about it. And the girls, like, I shouldn't say girls, sorry, I'm used to saying that, but the women are, like, loving that aspect of it because they're like, it makes it fun to get up for every single game.
It feels like it has taken the full 2.5 seasons to get to where we're at, which is awesome. There's a lot of talk about expansion in the PWHL. A couple of things. Where would you love to see the P-Dub expand to?
I would definitely love to see Denver. I think, like, that's a good spot. And, you know, I think there's been some rumors about Detroit and things like that. You know, I think this is going to sound so lame, but, like, anywhere that's really easy to get in and out of, like, airport-wise, makes it so much easier for the travel. And that's, like, maybe selfish because just, like, but that's, like, the players, like, shit
to do.
The player, we do. I'm like, I want to coach my best, and I want to get on the plane and go back home. Exactly. Like, we all have outside things to do too. We all have families, things like that. And so, but no, I think that, but anywhere I will say, like, Minnesota is one of the best spots to have this team. Like, the crowd we get, the families that come and watch us, the groups that come and watch us, like, the fans are unbelievable for the Frost. You know, they have, you know, other places have great fans and great structure as well, but we just have, I don't know, it's like we're the state of hockey. It's just,
you guys are bringing it for us. You got 6 of the top 7 leading point scorers in the P-Dub right now.
Yeah, the players are performing.
The reality, I mean, it's kind of reciprocating, a mutual reciprocating relationship here.
It's true. But I mean, like, we feed off the fans. We feed off the environment.
Right.
And so it's fun to be able to play at Grand Casino and be able to help, you know, like, hopefully, like, I would love to do, like, you know, pack that house at some point. That would be so fun.
That would be really fun. Okay, and a couple more PWHL related questions. So, what will you expect if a full 4-team expansion? How many years before that level of play gets back where you think it is right now, mid-season, third year?
Yeah, I think the only, like, little bit of hit in there as well is that the Olympics are this year, or who's all going to retire from this year after their pro seasons, everything like that. And so I'm interested to see that. I think, full 4-team expansion, I think it's going to, again, take another couple years to get that play like right where we really want it.
It's such a rich draft class, though.
it
It's just going to be so fun to see.
is.
I've
I'm
written a
like-
narrative where Chicago gets a team.
Yeah.
Brad Frost is coaching it, and Abby Murphy gets drafted first round.
Right.
That's my story, and
I
I'm
know,
sticking to it.
I'm like, I could list off 5 or 6 players that are
Seriously.
in that draft mix, and I'm like, we'd be lucky to have anybody.
Any one of them. I know it'll be a really, really
Yeah.
fun draft year for sure. So that let's see where they go. Although I think KK Harvey goes first after this Olympics set.
She's incredible. She's a game changer. She's a game changer.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Consistent game changer.
Yeah. All right. Here's a little bit of a side one. Who's your biggest fan?
My dog.
I kind of thought you might say that.
Wait, really? That's so lame. Okay, no, but yeah, she loves me. Like they,
Yeah, unconditional.
Like, my Instagram's filled with like dog stuff, right? And it's always like, a dog's a chapter in your book. Like you're the whole the whole book. I'm like so true, me and Miss. But I will say, I don't know. It's like this is probably gonna be so lame, but like my girlfriend and like her kids, like they love me and I love them. It's been that's been a great thing. So. She's probably gonna be like, "Why the hell did you say that?" But
You
whatever.
shouldn't have said that. Wait, are you Facebook official?
But I want to make
you are
no,
Facebook.
no, we're not. But I do want to make a point that like I said my dog first.
Yeah, if she's watching, she can chill.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
That's
come
my
on,
dog
let's
first.
be
Dog
real. Well, who are you the biggest fan of?
first. Them.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, my family.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. That is really
No.
good.
Yeah, I mean, who might like if we're gonna go like a little bit more sports things like
Sure.
that, like I'm like the biggest fan of the Olympics. Like I love watching the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like I think when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm into just like the hockey. Like I'm into every sport. Well, I love watching it. Like I cried the other day watching the
The ice dancing? Stop it.
No, I cried watching the solemn the moguls, the mogul
Yeah.
skiing.
Why'd that make you cry?
I don't
Does
know,
it hurt your knee?
No, because the girl who won, like what I don't think she knew. I don't think she was expected to get gold. She was not expected to get gold.
So she
And one of the other contenders like fell and stuff like that. But it was like she was so emotional because she was like, I think she was like, holy crap! Like holy shit,
it worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't expect
That's
it.
kind of like that Dutch speed skater.
Yes.
She's in the same way.
Yeah.
Like I can fought for this. Like F you to everybody who's
Yeah.
ever like.
I just like I love the intensity behind
Yeah.
it.
Okay, winter or summer?
Olympics.
Yeah.
Winter,
tough.
winter, half and half.
Yeah, halvesies.
Can we just combine? Yeah.
Okay. Now that we got a little break, back to P-Dub. If the P-Dub expanded, would you ever go to a different bench?
Just okay, like probably not. And it's more so just because like personal life stuff. Like I like felt like I put my personal life on hold for like the longest time during my hockey career, and I mean like finally I've been able to have like work-life balance with that, and so I would probably not leave here.
Yeah.
Like I'm such a Wisconsin gal, but
Well,
like
I know.
Minnesota's my home now, and that's so like I'll say that for the fans.
You're wearing
I'm saying
purple.
I'm saying that for the fans. Yeah.
Yeah, like
but-
what are your Packer fan family do like when you show up in purple?
Oh no, I don't show up in purple.
You don't.
No.
Do they have any purple Frost
no.
gear?
Yeah, my niece. I'm working on my niece and like them. Like they'll get some stuff, but like, no, I still wear my Packer jersey every Sunday.
If the NHL expanded, do you think I could get drafted by the Frost?
Oh, if the PW did, Josh, I'm gonna say no.
Decker, that is such a that's
You could enter the draft.
Oh yeah, probably not drafted.
No.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I can just sign up for the Google Sheets.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that for a couple years
Yes, we
on
have.
the show.
Yes, we have.
In case the podcasting doesn't
But I'll
work
try
out.
like at least this, like Faust Fest this year. Like I can at least get you. Like I'm gonna be a scout for.
Well, now that you actually,
it.
that's the thing. You'll be
Yeah.
looking at things a little differently.
I
Well,
will.
Speaking of Faust Fest, in 2024, you were not able to help me to a Faust Fest championship. In 2025, Layla Edwards was. What do you have to say about that?
She's young. She's nimble.
She showed up on Sunday.
She's nimble. Oh, is that what it was? I'd leave. Work-life balance. Work-life balance.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, here's another fun aspect of life that we share, our golf game. Has Allie texted you yet and asked you to be in your women's league?
Let me look. No, she hasn't.
I'm gonna probably tell her yes, but only if you can be, only if you're in.
Maybe. I think she asked me to be a guest last year.
Yeah,
like
well, you're a bit too busy.
I would say I'd sub.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get this going.
Yeah.
You have won a long drive contest while I've played with you. Tell me about your long drive.
It's like, I don't know. I can
Wait,
hit the ball.
Yeah. Like where you're a clutch putter. Like so that's the other thing you have that MVP might not have. Does she golf?
I think she does golf. I don't know.
Oh wait, I've seen her. I have seen her.
She definitely golfs.
But I don't think she's probably as clutch of a putter as you are.
No, but I will say this: like I've had 3 years to really commit.
Yeah,
to the
you
golf
have
game.
had a chance to your tan is look really good.
Oh yeah, that's what I go for. Yeah.
Here's my other question. Which pod's more fun, this one or Jackson Jill's?
This one's not done yet, so.
Well, I'm just glad you did.
Not done yet, so I can't.
I'm just glad you did Jackson Jill's first, so that you got all your jitters out of the way.
I had to give.
You were kind of on your heels. You were kind of on your heels in that interview, and you are just crushing this one.
Oh, thanks.
Here's the last thing I want to do. I like to do pipes and snipes. A pipe is, that feeling when it's like you need a goal more than anything in the world, and you can like see nothing but net, and then you rip it, and then you hear the sound of the pipe, and the puck is not. Then the ref is not doing that. You know that feeling?
No, I scored everything. We should only do snipes.
Okay, snipes only. So that's a pipe. And anything that gives you that feeling, that's a pipe. And a snipe, as you could be, I'm sure aware, is anything that gives you the feeling of sniping. My pipe this week was that my actual PVC pee pipe under my bathroom sink fell off, but I fixed it, so that's now a snipe. Okay. I wanted to ask you, snipes or pipes, and I'm going to pull different time periods from your hockey career, and you can give me any pipe or snipe related.
Okay.
All right. Pipe or snipe, youth hockey.
Okay, pipe. Like, I pulled my socks all the way down to, like, the ankle.
That's how I played.
Underneath.
You had nothing on those?
And then I would, and to save a little bit of cash flow for my parents, I did the whole hockey lace tie.
Hockey lace.
That was in at one point. Yeah. The hockey lace with the heel tuck.
So pipe, not very sty. Bad sty.
Bad sty. Youth hockey snipe would be, oh man, I don't know. That's tough.
It just got you ready for the rest.
Yeah, I got me ready for this. I played.
When did you go to Shattuck?
I played boys hockey growing up, all the way to Shattuck, all the way until I got to Shattuck. So all the way through 8th grade, I played boys hockey. It was like, I had so much fun playing with the boys. I really did. Like it was a blast. Like, and some of those guys that I grew up with, like I stayed in contact with and in touch with, like for the rest of my career. So that's a snipe for me. Just like making those, making
lifelong
those
friends. Yeah. Well, that's something that almost every youth hockey player can hopefully get that snipe out of their experience. For sure. All right, pipe or snipe, college hockey.
Okay, pipe in college hockey, like, man, being hungover on a Monday practice.
Or stadiums.
Yeah, but my senior, stadiums too.
That's a major pipe.
But like in my senior year, we played, because Le Bon was just built then, but we played a lot of, for some reason, Friday, Sunday games.
Oh, awkward.
And I was like, wait, senior year.
They still play Sundays.
Yeah, I know, but I'm senior year. I'm 21. I can drink. Like I can get into a bar. Like, and I was like, okay, now, wait, but I'm hungover on Monday now.
This doesn't feel good. I know. No, we're right back to it.
Yeah. So
and Paulie's not messing around.
Definitely a pipe. Snipe though, going out, like it was fun.
How fun was Madison? Holy shit.
Madison was so fun. I went to like one football game a year because that's
all we got. And it was when we were on the field.
Yes.
It's the one time they recognize you is the only time you get to go.
I do have a funny story about this, and like I know we might have to edit this
part,
but we'll see. So we had just won 2011, okay? So then the next year we get introduced on the field. Well, Megan Duggan, she had already graduated, so there's no captains. I was like, I'm kind of like trying to lead. Niter's leading. Like Niter was like pretty like straight shooter like with stuff. So like, anyways, our equipment guy was like, hey, like Dex, make sure everyone's here at this time with wearing this. I got it.
I'm all over it, Paulie. Don't worry.
I'm all over it, Paul. I got it. I show up, wrong shoes, wrong shirt, late.
No, I wouldn't expect anything less.
I was like, what am I doing? We get to the field. I go on the field. Like Paul was like, I knew one person would forget. Didn't think it was going to be you.
You were the last one I expected it to be.
He goes, but that's what makes it the best. So then like whatever. But then like everybody went up to the stands then to watch the game. I couldn't figure out where they were.
Because the winter, they matching outfits?
Oh, yeah, but like I mean, they're like, you're in section, whatever.
No, but nobody has time for the game. Even now when we go for like alumni weekends, nobody's trying to go to the game.
I know. So like I didn't even go to the game. I just left because I didn't know where anybody was.
That makes sense.
So we
makes sense. I'll find them later.
We might need to edit this, might not. But I honestly like my like snipe is Madison. Like, it was a great,
so
and
good.
it was nothing like playing for your home college. Like
right.
being from Wisconsin, growing up wanting to be a Badger. And playing there.
Yeah, that is really, really special. And you continue to come back and give back through USA Hockey and other programs in Madison. So that's really freaking sweet. A couple years ago, you were going to come give inspiring speeches to my 15U B White team when we played down at Shattuck. We did beat Cannon River that night, Slay. You couldn't make it. Was it because you went to the bar?
Am I on a podcast here or am I a confession? Like, which one is it?
Investigate. I actually have your heart rate.
I don't remember.
Okay, pipes or snipes? Pipes or snipes? Pro hockey.
I would say pipe was like things just weren't organized yet. Like it was kind of all over the map. Travel was a little
I mean, there's like 23 letters in the 3 leagues you played in.
Yeah, I know. And so I'm like, I wish I almost should have just played in the PWHL just because I would have played in every league. I would have played in every league.
Seriously,
so great. But well, that's why I'm coaching in it. But then I would say snipe would be when I made the choice to move to Calgary and play for Calgary for a season. I would say that was awesome. Like I got to meet new people, live in a different place. I think when I was younger, I was like, I would love to have played overseas for like a couple years or something. And I'm like, almost that was like my like moving to Calgary was kind of like that for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, playing with different teammates, playing with some Team Canada girls. I had a really good time there, and I got to hike and things like that. So that was awesome.
Yes. Nice. Okay. It's pretty much only pipes at Faust Fest. Okay. Or snipes at Faust Fest. But do you have any pipes from Faust Fest?
Oh, man. Many.
One that shall be renamed nameless.
Yeah, let's just talk about snipes. That's Faust Fest. Snipes at Faust Fest. I love when I have to like, Dex, can you fill in for this game? I love it because I'm like,
Dex plays 7 games in a day. Yeah. Filling in for people.
I love it. And then like
scores 23 of the 17 of the 25 goals.
No, but it's I love that weekend.
What a fun weekend. Do you think we could ever turn that into like a WCHA 3-on-3 alumni weekend?
I think that would be really, really fun. I think everybody would have a
And
lot
what
of
if
fun.
we could make it for a really good cause?
I think that'd be great. And I think honestly, I think Minneapolis would be a great spot for that, or like Minnesota would, just because like
there's several 3-on-3 rinks. But couldn't it also go like whoever won last year gets to host?
That would be great.
Wouldn't that be sick?
But yeah, but it should be just 2 locations.
Minneapolis and Madison.
Yeah.
But also like you could throw Ohio in, or like if somebody out east won once in a while, like I guess if you could get some of their alumni bases in on it too.
Yeah,
but
that would be fun.
I think that there's room for improvement there.
Yeah.
And lastly, pipes and snipes coaching career.
Pipes would be probably last year, like for Shattuck, like losing in the quarterfinals last year at Nationals, which just was like a bummer for us.
Deflating.
That was brutal. Because it's like I'm always like, you look at these kids' faces and you're like, and like the seniors, you know, like I'm like, and I mean I know it's high school, so I know it's like a little different, like the perspective for them is so different, but I'm like, guys, like you're gonna be okay. Like you lost high school.
There's gonna be a lot of big games. You'll play in a lot of big games.
You're gonna be in bigger games, but like it was tough. But snipes for coaching would be like any of the U18 championships.
And you got like 2 golds with U18, right?
Yep, 2. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
So, I mean, in the one year we took bronze, so I would say that's a pipe.
That's a pipe.
Yeah.
That is a pipe.
But
now who are those girls now? Are they now not like freshmen and sophomores on
NCAA
teams?
like Joy Dunn's at the Olympics. Like that.
There
was
you
that
go.
group.
Okay, I was gonna say
because
those girls. I mean, like,
that was
so what?
Group. Yes.
How about you got to have some adversity? I'm always appreciate that about Wisconsin losing a couple games here in the last couple weekends.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. Like they're splitting their couple weekends, but I mean they're playing. Wisconsin's playing well, considering they're losing a lot of people.
They still have a bunch of goals. So. Well, that was, I mean, I bet you're sweating by now with all those toughies.
Yeah.
that I lobbed at you.
Yeah, jeez.
What a fun interview. So fun to hear some of your stories and your experience. I'm one of your biggest fans. Thank you for being here.
I know, Jossie, you're like, I'm a big fan of yours, too.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, happy Valentine's Day.
She paid me to say that.
Welcome back, Olivia.
Thanks, Jossie.
In the first segment, we talked a lot about ghosts, but ghosts don't seem up your alley.
No. They're not.
But you know what is
It's not
up
the
your...
time of year either.
I'm thinking of your Vaughn pads, and it's the time of year for that.
Yeah, they're very Valentine's-y.
They are. So Valentine's-y.
What would you prefer, your Vaughn pads or like a blow-up pool full of peanut M&Ms in Valentine's Day colors?
I think I'm going to say my pads because I don't think I need a lifetime supply of peanut M&Ms.
That's like a 1 week supply.
A full blow-up pool. How long do you genuinely think that would last you? Probably like a year.
A blow-up pool?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, am I having friends over or not? Because sometimes people just eat your M&Ms.
I know. They just don't even
Yeah.
ask.
If you have a
eat
bowl of
them.
M&Ms out, people just grab them. You're like,
They think they're welcome to eat my M&Ms.
Do you think you just leave them out on the counter like open for everyone?
M&Ms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a status symbol.
But don't they get dusty?
No, they're gone. I eat
Okay.
them quickly, but
Okay.
okay, if you go to somebody's house and they have like a bowl of treats out
Yeah.
and it's like peppermints, like that sort of says a lot about them.
They're old. That says they're old.
If it's current holiday colored peanut M&Ms, no dust.
Yeah, that's true. What if they were like from Christmas? I'd be like,
If they're Christmas colored, not fresh, probably dusty. But not these ones.
Can you wait? Are you saying they're dusty because you're leaving them open in the guinea pool?
yeah,
That's
that's
a-
what I'm saying.
But you could put like a pool cover.
Olivia has a really dusty house.
She dusts them.
dusts. the
Yeah,
M&Ms.
Olivia's house is so dusty.
I don't know. I don't know how long they sit there. I don't know how long it takes to collect dust.
Don't you
Probably
have
not that long.
Don't you have a pool cover for your M&M pool?
Like, and are people swimming in the
Wait,
M&Ms?
I'm thinking
I
of
don't
who's
wanna
that
eat
duck?
M&Ms.
Who's that duck who dives in that like mountain of coins?
Oh,
What?
is it like Daffy?
The cartoon.
No.
I don't know any ducks.
Uh,
personally.
I want to like. I'm just picturing myself like that duck. Is it Darkwing Duck? Who is it? Anyway, diving into a pool of peanut M&Ms.
There's an article that says a physicist weighs in on whether Scrooge McDuck could
Scrooge.
actually swim in a pool full of gold coins.
No.
I'm so glad we got an opinion from a physicist
Scrooge
on this.
McDuck is his name. It's not even Darkwing.
Wait, what's that show where
It's the-
Mythbusters?
Yeah, Mythbusters.
They're busting the myth.
They're busting the swimming in gold coins myth. Why doesn't he choose to swim in like dollar bills? That'd be so much easier,
Yeah.
less painful.
If they were, well, maybe you get paper cuts.
Scrooge McDuck is the duck on
Scrooge is who I'm
on
talking about.
Christmas Carol, right? It's Scrooge.
Wait, what was the animated duck show
yeah.
that I like watched in elementary school?
Donald Duck. I don't know. That's the only duck I know.
Is it DuckTales?
DuckTales. There's a money diving duck in DuckTales.
Money diving duck.
Maybe they were like recreating it, the other duck.
They had to have been. They had to be inspired
Never-
by
it's
Scrooge
not
McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
DuckTales.
That's him, Scrooge McDuck.
Is Scrooge in
He's
that?
in DuckTales.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
not in. Okay, I knew it. Well, anyway.
It is
So he's
Scrooge,
just-
though,
so
from
he-
Christmas
yeah,
Carol.
so
It
he's-
is him,
yes,
but he's also in DuckTales.
So he's just based off of Scrooge,
Apparently.
and he's in DuckTales.
I guess we need an expert to weigh in. If anyone is an
What
expert
we
on
need
the ducks.
is Scrooge McDuck diving into my M&M pool.
I don't want any part of that.
No ducks in Olivia's M&Ms.
No ducks in
No
my
duck
pool.
will ever be our
What
duck.
candy would you prefer the pool to be filled
Yeah,
with?
what would you put in your pool full of
Ah,
candy?
if I, well, am I eating the candy too?
Not if it's dusty.
Yeah, it's but you can have a pool
or
cover
am I
on it.
trying to pick something that's easy to swim in?
What if it's a
No.
What if it's a pool size
Yeah, it's just that it's an amount.
jar? So it has a lid.
Yeah, you can keep it
I'd be scared.
fresh.
I don't want that because I'd be scared that someone's gonna put the lid on me Swimming in my jar.
No.
You don't have to swim in it.
There's a
And then
ladder
you
to get
die
out.
like you're in the corn silo. People die in
no.
those.
It happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I know.
That is the weirdest
So I would
It's
like
the
sink in
scariest
there.
thing ever.
epidemic.
That
Yeah,
should be
like,
everyone's biggest fear.
It
my
is
kid's uncle's dad died from that.
horrible. So scary.
Yeah, that's very scary.
So I think if I had to pick, if I was eating the candies, I'd pick like Dove dark chocolate. I like those.
Ooh.
Like the
Are
little
they
ones. And
solid
have-
or do they have a fill?
nope, they're solid. And then they have the notes.
The note.
in 'em. I think those are
Some,
cute.
wait, are
That's
they
a
are they
perfect
jokes
Valentine's
or are
Day
they like
candy.
feel good? They're like feel good.
They're
aren't
like
they?
feel good.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
affirmations.
Yeah.
That's
And sometimes
right.
they're like fortune cookie, like cookie style.
It's like,
they'll
yeah.
be like,
blessings will come your way.
yes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
Okay,
what?
I could get behind that.
I hate fortune cookies
might melt.
that don't have fortunes in them. Like,
I
I want
heard
you
it's
to make
extra
some
lucky.
weird
I think-
fortune.
I don't know if those ones are lucky or considered unlucky. I can't remember.
They're not. They're few and far between.
Like the ones that have nothing in them.
Yeah,
I've
I want
gotten
them to
that
make
once.
really weird predictions. Like, I want them to tell me weird things. I don't want them to tell me I'm pretty.
I like the lucky
You're
numbers.
Beautiful.
I like the lucky numbers.
Yeah, me too. Those are fun.
I think my last one I got was really good. It's by my bedside table, but I don't remember what it says.
I save my good ones too.
Is it working?
Well, not the last 2 days. I had a freaking allergic reaction. But before that, yeah, it was. Well, it's working. It's
Yeah,
working.
it's working.
Sometimes bad things
Look at
have to
us.
happen.
Of
Bad
course,
things,
it's working.
bad things have to happen sometimes, so then you appreciate the good things.
That's really
So,
true.
It's okay.
That's really good perspective, Olivia.
It's okay. Hopefully my eyes go back normal.
The bucket with the holes in it waters the.
Thank you, Jossie. I'm gonna post that on Twitter, guys, because that's actually my favorite thing.
It's
I'm gonna
probably
make it
due
a
for a
book.
retweet. It's probably due for a good repost.
100%. It's been a while.
Well, what isn't due for a repost? How about game 1 of the Wisconsin OSU series last weekend?
Not surprising, honestly.
I mean, I suppose we know anything can happen, and then of course the Ohio State beat Wisconsin 4-1 for their first official romping of the season, Wisconsin's. But then Wisconsin comes back the next day and wins 4-1, so it's like a wash on the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And briefly, OSU is in the lead in the standings in the WCHA.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they would have won the second game, then they would have came out on top because Ohio State's at 58 points now after the weekend, and Wisconsin's at 60. So, they're so close.
It's just one day Ohio had that lead. And I'm looking at their last 2 series, and Ohio has to face Minnesota, which is going to be a little bit of a tougher challenge for them than Wisconsin's season, finishing with, I believe, Duluth. Who do we play?
Wisconsin finishes with Mankato next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so Mankato's been having some on or off weekends. Big weekend for Mercury Bischoff. She was the Rookie Player of the Week this week for the WCHA. And Mankato's split with St. Cloud this weekend.
Yeah, and St. Cloud first night kind of
Dominated.
5-1 win. And then second night, Mankato wins 4-1.
So yeah, that was another one where it's St. Cloud, I think we expect to probably win that series unless Mankato has kind of another not fluke weekend, but what they did about against Minnesota earlier in the season, but just kind of another typical WCHA well-matched weekend finishing in a split.
Mm-hmm. And then we forgot to mention Lacey Eden was forward of the week after her performance last weekend, and then
Goaltender.
yeah, and then Ava McNaughton is now one of the semifinalists for the Goalie of the Year award, but she's gone at the Olympics, obviously. So
She got to play 1 minute yesterday.
1
End of the
minute
game.
though. That's
I liked
amazing.
the announcers were very nice. They were
It's cute.
they're a huge part of this team. It's great that she even got a save in that 1 minute.
Nice.
Cute. Yeah, I saw that.
It is fun to see the WCHA weekly awards mixed up while, let's see, Caroline Harvey won Defender of the Month award and Week award so many times. Murphy's winning the Forward of the Week award all the time. So it's fun to see it mix up among some other players a little bit. Kate Kosabud also earned a Defender of the Week award this weekend with a 4-point weekend. So she nearly doubles her points.
1 goal.
Yeah, nearly doubles her
crazy.
points for the season in this weekend. So congrats on a huge weekend, Kate Kosabud. That's what we've been waiting for, is to see who's going to break out and make some waves while these top players are out, and it's fun to see Minnesotans doing it.
Yeah, and she was a Moorhead girl and a transfer from the Gophers.
So the Duluth beat Bemidji. They swept Bemidji for the weekend. And again, riding on Kate Kosebud's 4 points on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first game 3-2, second game 5-0, so big.
And then the Tommies Gophers was the last series, and the Gophers almost eked out of that weekend unscathed, but the Tommies really gave it to them on Saturday. How fun is that for your Tommies fan?
Oh my gosh, I thought that honestly. Okay, the second game I watched that game. I was working that game, and so first game Gophs win 4-1, and then second game, obviously tie, goes into a shootout. Sid Morrow scores the only goal in the shootout, but counts as a tie. They steal a point, but I don't know. It was kind of like I really did think that the Tommies were gonna come out on top that one, but the whole game was kind of like lull.
Yeah, and well, I mean, any game that's 1-1 feels that way a little bit.
It was just like
sometimes you're seeing great goaltending, but is that the first time in franchise history that they tied the Gophers, St. Thomas? I would imagine that they're probably like,
I don't think it was the first time ever, but I
15
think
and
it might
1.
have been. I don't know. It's either happened one other time. I can't remember, but yeah, it wasn't like a bad game or anything.
Just boring.
It was just not much going on. I will say, like, that second game especially, like, Clarkie played for the Gophers both games on the weekend, and that second game she looked super confident. She came out of the net, played the puck really well, like, came out of the net, like, really far. You know what I mean? Like, came out, like, super aggressive. So I'd love to see that. I thought that I was really impressed by that. And Julie Minotti's so good,
I was going to say, she
She's
really held St. Thomas in, even on that first game, because I think the Gophers broke out some of their scoring later in the game on that one. So I think the Tommies and the Gophers, let me double check, but we're a little bit closer than that 4-1 final score. If I recall. And Minotti was unbelievable. So let's see, in that 4-1 win, it's only 1-0 after the first period, and it takes till halfway through the game before some of this unfolds into the 4-1 game. Yeah. So Minotti really was playing so well. And there's a goalie, kind of an unsung hero, as Hannah Clark was on the list of 12 semifinalists for goaltender of the year, and no goaltenders from St. Thomas are on that list. So that's tough, because Minotti weekend after weekend is being tested so much, and she's proving so much, and it's tough. It's just tough to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean, even you think about, like Haley McLeod from Ohio State. She was just named National Player of the Month, and then along with Abby Murphy, and she's not on the
not on
that list either. So
I know, and that's that list has several players from out east. That level of competition is a bit lower. It's just like probably not even comparable in some cases, but there are some really good numbers coming out of goaltenders out east as well. Yeah. So,
and then speaking of that, Eve was also named on that list too. Duluth.
Eve was.
I've heard people say Ev. So I don't know if it's Ev or if it's Eve, but
I think it's Eve. Maybe. Okay, wait. I'm looking back to 2020, like, no, I think that's the first time there's ever been a tie between the Tommies and the Gophers.
Dun, 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 dun.
So that's pretty exciting. The Gophers have won every single game, won in an overtime, until this last matchup. So actually that is a pretty significant finish for the Tommies. Their first ever not loss. Nice job, guys.
Nice job. Well, Tommies are sitting at 6th in the WCHA. They have 23 points. Right below Mankato is 24. And then Duluth's pretty far ahead of those two at having 38 points.
Well, it seems like they also solidified their place in the a higher spot in the national polls this week as well. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, goal of the year semifinalist. Also note is Uma Cornier. Obviously plays for Princeton. Edina girl.
We've been talking about her for weeks and weeks because Princeton had been on such a incredible winning streak, and Uma's collecting shutouts like candy. So she's been really having a great time. And the other goalie I thought I would note was PSU's Katie Disa, and she's got 22 starts and 10 shutouts on 22 starts this season. So I think that's something that's
crazy.
Significant. While Penn State, probably strength of schedule is probably one of the lower percentages of any of these teams in the top 15 in the country, but certainly it helps when your goaltender is slaying shutouts.
Yeah, that's crazy. But next weekend in the WCHA, Bemidji plays St. Cloud, Wisco plays Mankato, Ghosts play Ohio, St. Thomas plays Duluth. Last weekend without all the Olympians, right? Because then the next weekend,
Well, yeah. Are they back that final weekend of it? I don't think they do come.
they'll be back for the first round of playoffs. So is there two?
Yeah,
more
there's two more weekends
weekends
for all except for one of the conferences. So taking a look kind of around the rest of the country, in the ECAC, they've got a little bit of a jamboree, and where Princeton was leading, they ended up losing to Harvard, which was not a likely loss for them. And then Harvard and Quinnipiac tie. So Harvard, I put in my notes, what's in Harvard's yard? Like Harvard had a really big weekend, and it really impacted the ECAC standings because Princeton and Quinnipiac were in the top 3, and that made room for Yale, who's now on a 13-game winning streak, to move into first place in the ECAC.
Harvard's had kind of a comeback since their, kind of their crazy season where everybody quit. And,
Right. I mean, they lost a bunch of people.
So, I feel like this year is maybe their, first year of, normalcy.
They're low in the rankings, and they're being beaten by a lot of teams, but it was interesting that they came out of this. And the way the ECAC does it is they kind of do jamborees. So, WCHA knew how we'll do series. Each team will play the same team 2 times in a weekend on the weekend. And the ECAC, they play a lot of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday games, and the teams will play Tuesday, Sunday, and 3 teams will each play each other. So you don't play the same team twice in a row, but you'll play 2 teams in 1 week, and rarely back to back. So it's interesting the way the ECAC does it, but it kind of shuffled things up. So Harvard had to play Princeton and Quinnipiac this weekend, which should have been a really tough weekend for them, and they ended up with a tie and a win. And the Princeton's one of the hottest teams in the country, coming off a 13-game winning streak. I think they did end up losing last weekend, but again, they're at a hot point in their season. So Harvard had a really good weekend. In the ECAC coming up, Princeton, which is currently number 1 in the ECAC, will play Yale, who's on their 13-game unbeaten streak.
Mm-hmm.
And then Princeton will play Quinnipiac. And Quinnipiac has been up. They've been at the top of the league part of the season. Only in the last 2 weekends did they move down after a couple of rough weekends. So Quinnipiac is now number 3, and then they're going to play Brown this weekend, who's tied in conference points with Clarkson for 4th place. So interesting because Clarkson, Colgate, and Cornell have held permanent residence on the top 20 poll for the NCAA in the country all this year and last year. And then we started seeing Colgate slip a little bit. But now you see the 3 Cs, as I've called them the last couple of seasons, not even in the top 4 in the ECAC for conference standings this year. So super interesting. Watch out as Brown, Yale start scratching the rankings in the ECAC, and whether we'll start seeing more of them in the national rankings, which we have seen Yale. So all 7 of those teams are within 4.5 points of each other in the ECAC.
Dang.
Plenty can happen this weekend. The 3 Cs will play each other in their jamboree.
I'm excited to see Princeton and Yale play each other because Princeton sits at 8 and Yale is 9 right now.
It'll be a big matchup, not only for for their conference standings, but in the national rankings and in how they're probably going to seed some of their conference tournaments and regional tournaments. So
and Quinnipiac is 7th, so it's kind of
right.
crazy.
There's they've got kind of a little thing going on, and frankly, none of them can even hardly compete with OSU, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. But in Hockey East, Maine beats BU to move ahead in the standing, move ahead of BU by 1 point in the standings. So that's exciting. And Josie Hemp scored again for Vermont in their loss to Northeastern last weekend.
Oh.
It's fun to see her name again for the second week in a row. But then, frankly, there's nothing really coming up. The Northeastern Huskies the Hockey East is kind of a league of one team. So Northeastern will win that conference and take first seed in their conference tournament and probably win their conference tournament. So that's kind of boring to talk about. But shark bait, new haha. They'll play. I think Newha only has one series left this weekend. All other teams should play two or 4 games each, and then in the Newha, I think some of them only have 2 games left. But Franklin Pierce swept Stonehill after a weekend where they were swept by LIU, so they're mixing and mingling in the top of the rankings for the Newha. And then Assumption beat St. Michael's over the weekend by a margin of 15-1. Assumption's having a good year. They've got a lot of scoring. There's Minnesotans on Assumption's roster. St. Michael's is like 1-23 on their season. So they're kind of just getting walked all over by teams this season, which is a bummer. But I did see that their goaltender, Annika Lavender, who's a Plymouth native of Minnesota, is like, she surpassed like 3,000 career saves or something like that.
That's outrageous.
So it's like, you got to look at the bright side. If you aren't getting scored on by a 15-1 margin constantly for a part of your playing career, you might not be the highest number of saves in the universe either.
Yeah.
So congrats Annika Lavender, who has 3 wins in her career as a senior, who continues to show up every single day. And I saw Sydney Wolf did a interview with her for APX this week. You can find online. But again, that's like, she's like digging into your portfolio for that.
Okay, I forgive
that good attitude.
That's
that
crazy, though.
Positive attitude. Show up every day. We should probably call her. We should learn more about her.
That's nuts.
That is nuts. And thank you, St. Michael's, for being the team, for being the Lindenwood.
Somebody's got to do it.
Is that too much?
Somebody's got to
Anyway, in the AHA, Penn State continues to win. They're 4th in the NCAA for goals per game at 4.4. I thought that was impressive. They're 1st in the NCAA for lowest goals against in the league at 1.31. And Katie Desai is the goaltender for Penn State. So here's my notes on her: 10 shutouts, number 2 in her goals against average in the NCAA at 1.262. So behind Penn State is Mercyhurst, but they're a full 19 points behind, so hardly able to talk about them. And again, coming up in the AHA, boring, no one cares. Actually, Caitlin Roberts and Maddie Christian play for Penn State. Lorelai Nelson, who's a girls high school hockey player of the year finalist and Miss Hockey finalist, semifinalist, I should say, has signed for Penn State. So we'll continue to talk about Penn State.
But Tessa Janicki's gone, so
but again,
who's going to score?
Who's scoring? Well, we're seeing some more scores. Let's see who scored for Penn State. Caitlin Roberts scored both nights, Friday, Saturday last weekend. I believe Maddie Christian's on my list. Yep, night 1. So we are seeing some other people score because they were still winning 5-0, 6-1, whatever. Penn State they just probably do have one of the easiest schedules in the NCAA, but you still have to show up every night, even if you have an easy schedule. So looking at other scorers in the league, any names jump out at you? Do you see anything exciting? Obviously, Jimmy Nelson keeps scoring. Josie Lynn from UNH, I think I saw her name for the first time. Lily Fetch scored for Maine. I haven't seen her score recently. Danny Bergen, I haven't seen her name on the list of scorers for a little while. Janessa Gazdick. Can't just have one sister scoring. Okay, Olivia Grabianowski scored for Merrimack College, and that was the first time I've ever even heard of Merrimack College.
What?
There's
It just makes me think of that jump roping song.
yeah.
Do you remember? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Miss Mary Mac,
Oh,
all
yeah.
dressed in black.
Yes. Well, I mean, I was like looking up where she came from, and never even heard of it. So congrats, Olivia. Was she a transfer from somewhere? I feel like she must have been because she was scoring last season, but not for Merrimack, 'cause I'd never heard of it.
Let me look.
Jane Keel scored again. That girl, what a season for her.
Lindenwood.
She transferred from Lindenwood to this unknown school that I'd never heard of.
I can't believe you never.
What conference is it even in?
No idea.
That's my point. Nobody's heard of it.
Mercyhurst? Merrimack.
Merrimack. I thought it was Mercyhurst the whole time. I was like, oh, she plays for Mercyhurst. And then I looked it up. It was Merrimack. What the heck? Where did that even come from? Merrimack. I'm looking this up. It's got to be like, it's probably in Boston. Merrimack College.
Everything's in Boston.
It's
a private Catholic Augustinian University
Hockey.
in North Andover, Mass.
the Hockey East is men's. Of course, they showed me men's.
It's in North Andover, Massachusetts. 25 miles north of Boston. I could have guessed it. Anyway, cool about them getting that team.
They've had a team for a while.
Since
Nobody wants to talk about Merrimack.
1947.
Hockey East.
Merrimack College women's hockey
East.
team first year. Let's see how long I probably played against them.
No, I don't think it's been that long.
20. Okay, they're 10 years old. In
Yeah,
D1.
I was like, they've been around like as long as I've known.
The first season was 2015, 2016. So again, congrats, Merrimack. Well, we're glad you're here.
Some people are. Apparently not just.
Let's see if there's any other Minnesotans in Merrimack. Olivia, do you have anything to add regarding Team USA, any sport in the Olympics and or the men's ski jumping team?
Are you talking about the... I'm scared what we're talking about.
I'm scared.
The Botox.
I saw a video about that.
The Botox.
You should be scared if Jossie's bringing it
Yeah.
up.
That's the thing. I always like,
I don't think that's true. Is it true?
you don't think they're doing the Botox?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Merrimack, Haley Eikos and Olivia Grabianowski both play for Merrimack.
I don't know, guys. I like to watch a curling.
Tell me about
And
the
the
curling.
figure
'Cause
skating.
I like watching the figure
The
skating.
curlers and the figure skaters are busy winning medals.
I know. Are they just like done then? They go home?
Yeah, they're just done.
They do the individual.
Oh yeah, because
This
they were
is
just
all
team.
Yeah, so they all skate
The
on
ice
a team
dancing.
and get points for their team, but now they
And
skate
now
on their
individually.
individual programs.
I thought like it counted for both. Like I thought it would count as their individual performance and then their team.
Nope, so some of them don't even put on their like biggest performance.
Dang.
Yeah.
Guys, the boss is here. Should we find out what he wants?
No, he should mind his own business.
Yeah, what the heck? We're almost done.
We're like 2 minutes away from being done.
So freaking close.
Ignore him.
Well, last but not least, I'll give you either one pipe or one snipe. Which one?
Snipe, duh. Nobody wants to hear.
No, but then what is it?
Yeah.
Are you even going to have a snipe?
Yeah, I just posted my pod today. Go listen.
Yes.
Took me too long.
Yes. Pipe or snipe.
Ooh. I don't know what my pipe or snipe is.
Okay, major pipe. All the PVC piping in my bathroom sink fell out.
It's a real
Oh
pipe, too.
no.
It's a
I was
pipe for
brushing
a
my
pipe.
teeth and my feet were getting wet.
Oh, no.
I couldn't figure out why.
With poop water.
It was from the sink, Olivia.
Play the music.
Where are you? What are you doing in your sink?